And this is where we get into the part kind of where we started in the introduction, where Nephi goes into kind of his psalm, where he's just really putting his heart on his sleeve and just talking about how he recognizes how sinful of a person he is, and how little he qualifies, for salvation through any semblance of his own efforts, right? Where let me put it up here. Oh, wretched man that I am, my heart sorroweth because of my flesh, my soul grieveth because of my iniquities. I'm encompassed about because of the temptations and the sins which do easily beset me. I mean, this is the most relatable thing.
Yeah. I mean, this is whether you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or not, you can read this entire, I mean, what would you call this? I mean, this is his psalm. Yeah, you can read this whole thing and say, no, I understand that man. I understand what that man is going through, and the pain and the anguish, but then ultimately the hope that he's feeling. Like, any Christian can read this and say, there's truth in that. Yeah. Because we all have felt this in one way or another.
Well, and the important thing is not to get tied down on those feelings.
Yep.
Right? That's the point of his psalm here.
He recognizes those feelings.
He has them.
He recognizes.
He has those feelings. He considers himself wretched. He understands. He knows his sins. He knows what temptations, right? His favorite sins, right? As the prophet says. He knows what those are. He understands who he is. But how does he follow it up? Nevertheless, I know in whom I have trusted. Okay? That is the key to the gospel. Don't beat yourself up because you're less than perfect or because you're very imperfect.
Yeah.
The gospel is grace. The gospel is mercy. The gospel is trusting in the perfection of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He has the power of salvation, and he gives it freely. Okay? That is the gospel. That is what's available to each and every one of us. Do not sit around beating yourself up because you have sins that you feel like you can't overcome. If you are making sincere efforts and strides to draw nearer to the Savior, to get better at least a little bit day by day, that's enough, right? All he asks of us is all we can do. And sometimes all we can do is very little.
Yeah.
And it's enough, because that is how powerful Jesus Christ is. That's how powerful his grace and his mercy is.
Yep.
That's how powerful the atonement is, because he was perfect and performed it on our behalf.
Now that does not, the flip side of that is not so the atonement justifies or that the atonement condones sin.
It does not save us in our sins.
It does not condone sin.
It saves us from our sins.
Yes. What it does is it offers redemption, as we were talking about last time. Redemption. What does that mean? We live this repentant, this life of humility where we do what we can. What did Elder Holland say not too long ago when General Conference is? Come as you are, but do not plan on remaining there. Mm-hmm. Meaning, be willing to change. Be willing to be transformed. Understand where you are. That's what Nephi is doing here. He understands, I know I have weaknesses. I know I have problems. But then open your heart to, I'm willing to transform. I'm willing to go through the refiner's fire to be made whole. And that's one little piece at a time. It's not going to be all at once.
Thank you for watching. If you found this content spiritually enlightening, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Like the gospel, these little things make all the difference, and it helps the algorithm push out better content for everyone to enjoy on YouTube.